2021 Honda Accord XL 1.5T First Test, Honda knows best. Our segment favorite still delivers the goods. Returning to the trailhead exhausted and faint-brained after a 12-mile hike through the canyons and across the creeks surrounding Mount Baldy, there was no car I'd rather be greeted by than the 2021 Honda Accord. Like an old friend, I knew the Japanese midsizer would welcome me without judgment for my foot stink or quivering quads, and that I wouldn't have to dedicate an ounce of my depleted energy reserves to frustrations like clunky CVT tuning or inconsistent steering. I approached the car and popped its trunk to pile in my damp boots and dusty backpack, but upon closing the trunk lid, the Accord uttered 3 polite beeps and popped it back open. Closing it again brought the same result. Only after I mindlessly tried a few more times expecting something different did my foggy cognition realize I had left the keys in that dusty backpack. The Accord knew something I didn't and saved me from myself. It's that kind of thoughtful engineering, of knowing its customer, that contributes to Honda building what is not a perfect vehicle for every application, but undoubtedly the best midsize sedan in the industry. On-road impressions. The same thoughtfulness is apparent in the Accord's approach to ride quality. As a driver, you'll hear impacts and imperfections more than you'll feel them. The ride is closer to that of an S-Class than a Sonata. Part of that magic carpet effect comes down to Honda's choice of wheels. Our test vehicle arrived on 17-inch rollers with inches of luscious, shock-absorbing sidewall. Who needs fancy, expensive air suspension when there's a compliant atmospheric cushion between the edge of the wheel and the road? Some of the Accord's competitors ride on stylish 18 or 19-inch wheels that improve aesthetics but necessitate short, stiff-walled rubber that harshens ride quality. Honda knows base engine Accord buyers would rather be comfortable than flashy. Speaking of comfort, the Accord's interior is simplistic joy. It's an understated space, but the limo-like backseat legroom, airy visibility, and logically laid out, ergonomically friendly controls impress. The otherwise supportive front seats were a little wide and underbolstered for this author, but drivers not exploring handling limits, most, won't mind. Powertrain tuning benefits from the same thoughtful ethos as the cabin and ride, it's obvious from the first few feet. It's near impossible to lurch away from a stop in the Accord. Even if you jump from stationary to half throttle, the Accord eases forward with grace. The turbocharged 4-cylinder and CVT automatic respond adequately to the flex of one's right ankle, smoothly delivering the revs necessary to dole out as much or as little acceleration as its driver asks for and settling back down to 1,400 rpm for cruising as soon as they back off. I'd call the CVT's tuning dull and underwhelming in the wrong context. Behind the wheel of a sports car, I want a more aggressive response. In an Accord, though, it's ideal. Base engine midsize sedan drivers want smooth, not sporty, and Honda nailed it.